Okay, I'll make this video. It'll only get like 50 views. But hey, someone was interested enough in my little series called Avengers Endgame Spoilers. And my most popular one so far was the one about the Hulk. So, but Travis Hill asked me a question. Can we get Thanos? So yeah, let's talk about him. This is my spoiler video for Avengers Endgame. So if you haven't seen it, 30-second warning. Okay, stop watching now because I'm about to ruin the movie. Why would you even want to watch this video until you've seen the movie? Why would you waste a 3-hour movie on a 3-minute video about this? So how do I analyze Thanos and his fate in Avengers Endgame? Well, that's a little bit of a challenging question because, all right, so a minute into it. You've had your warning. You can leave now if you don't want to be spoiled of the. Okay, here we go. So obviously, in the beginning of the movie, they kill him. Thor kills him, cuts his head off, which is interesting because I had watched a video before about certain things that Disney does not allow to happen in the Marvel universe, and one of them is beheading. But I think the technicality is they don't actually show his head separated from his body. It's implied, and you know what happened, but it doesn't actually show it being separated. So I think that was interesting. But yeah, so he's obviously killed in the very beginning. So like, okay, well, is this an anticlimactic 3-hour movie? But of course, as we know, they travel back in time and they're still dealing with him in the same way that they can try to save mankind. They also are still opening up all these other doors to ultimately die by going back in time, which ultimately I think is not quite brought up enough in time travel movies, that as glorious as it may seem to travel back in time, what if you die? Then you're dead by traveling back in time, and then ultimately, well, what really even happened at that point? You know, and I've thought about that before. If I could go back in time knowing what I know now and live my life accordingly, think of all the smart things I could do. Yeah, but on that alternate path, what if I got into a car accident going to the grocery store on that alternate path and I died and that was the end of my life? So I feel like this movie definitely explores that. So while their attempt to rewrite history, they still had to deal with Thanos in all that. And so something I definitely, when I think of the fate of Thanos in this movie, and what a perfect way for him to go about, basically everything was reversed from the movie before it, where the snap makes all the bad guys disappear instead. But then, of course, as we know, Iron Man has his sacrifice on his own. Do I need to do a separate video of that? Only if the free market would demand it would I even make that video. But as we know, a sacrifice has to be involved there. And we did need certain characters to die in the series. We needed that to happen. And again, if there was a market for that, I would do more videos about some of the deaths in this movie here. But ultimately, this is, it's interesting too, because at first it didn't really seem there was a villain in the Marvel universe. And then there finally was, and it's like, oh yeah, he like killed like, you know, half the world or whatever it was. So that was a very interesting way to do it. And ultimately, it was the only way it really could be done. But again, the twist being that he dies at the beginning of the movie, and then you still have to kill him again. So I thought that was very well played, very well done. What are your thoughts on that? We'll see if I make any more of these. It just depends, again, on the free market determines whether it's worth my time to make videos people are going to watch or not. Comments belong right here.